I was invited by Indy 11's Brickyard Battalion to join them on an adventure to their newest regional rival, Lexington SC, where I discovered a great stadium with great value and a great game. But the fan base in Lexington, well, I'll explain why that might take a little while to build.
Welcome to an away day in Lexington.
Tom, we're not going to this game.
Wait, what? This is where the big game is happening. Did I get it all wrong? They told me this was where the big game was happening. The madness is right in here. Would you believe me if I told you that this was just a group of very excited Lexington SC supporters, and this is their pregame ritual before going into the stadium? No? Okay, well, good, because these are actually Palestine protesters, so slight difference. Hey, what's up? It's your soccer zombie, Tom Franklin here, back again on another adventure. This time we are back in the state of Kentucky, about a half a year after I first was here for Louisville City versus Eintracht Frankfurt. This time the stakes are just a little bit smaller on this one here. No Bundesliga teams here today. This is Lexington SC taking on Indy 11 in the USL Championship. We spent a little bit of time before the game just walking around downtown Lexington. Really nice downtown area, very walkable, a lot of good restaurants. Of course, Rupp Arena is there as well, where you saw me earlier. March Madness is taking place as we are speaking here, as Auburn is taking on Tennessee. Some of the buses were pulling up to the stadium as we were there, and of course, we're not here to cover that game, right, Tom, from the past? Whether you're, no matter what sport you're in, when you're from the rivaling state, you need a police escort. But me and Ethan are here outside of Lexington SC, and Ethan, the stadium looks pretty nice from the outside, doesn't it?
I will say that the stadium looks very modern, very cool on the inside as well. I'm a sucker for green as well, so that's my favorite color that I'm looking at.
Which is ironic you say that as a Louisville City fan, which you got to kind of keep on the down low here,
don't
because you have two potential rivals taking on each other. So I guess maybe enemy of my enemy, right?
Exactly. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, and for once I am a pure neutral at a soccer game. I couldn't tell you the last time that was the case, so I can't wait to take in some pure lower league soccer.
So I think Ethan, what he's really trying to say is that he's rooting for a giant meteor today.
Come on.
Oh, by the way, is that it right up there? But yeah, this is my first time here in Lexington. Of course, Lexington made the jump from League One. They are now in the championship. They bought their way up to the championship, even though they were not a great team in League One last year. They were toward the bottom of the table, but that's America.
Hey, when you got money, you can succeed.
That's true, and when you got money, you can build stadiums, like this, which is, I will say that in the away day review, which will be a separate video, it's going to lose some points because it's out here in the middle of nowhere. This is my ride into Lexington SC Stadium, and as you can see, it is basically rural Lexington, for lack of a better term here, and then boom, you get the stadium right there, just kind of out there in the middle of nowhere. And as you take a look around the stadium here as well, there is it's very much a work in progress.
Welcome to horse racing country, Tom.
Horse racing country, bourbon, and basketball.
There you go.
And I said soccer in none of those things. So we'll see how the attendance is for this match. We're getting in, Ethan, absolutely free of charge. And not because we're anyone special or anything like that. All I had to do to get into the stadium was update my email preferences for Lexington Sporting Club. If I did that, they gave me 2 free tickets.
Pretty good deal.
But I will say also that I got free tickets from these guys over here, the Brickyard Battalion. They reached out to me to hang out with them for this game. Very nice of them to do so. In fact, let's go ahead and talk to one of the Brickyard Battalion members. All right, you've seen this guy on this channel before, Jason Wyrick of the Brickyard Battalion, and as you can see in the caption below, also a former Louisville City resident, so he's been welcoming Ethan in his own little way here.
It's my first time here for a men's game, but I've been here for a women's game, and I've been here for a few away days when I was in school at the University of Kentucky's biggest rivals, both of them. Yeah. So yeah, no love lost between Jason Wyrick and the city of Lexington.
Well, and no love lost between the Brickyard Battalion and Lexington SC's ticket office from the sounds of it. It looks like you were telling me that they were being a little difficult to get you sorted for tickets, right?
Yeah, it was a mess, but at the end of the day, this is their first season, first of all in this league, but in their new stadium.
Yeah.
And so, we are going to be their first trial by fire as far as away supporters go. And so we were trying to help them help us because we know what works. We've been to all the different away days with big groups, and they just don't yet. Obviously, you get a little bit of support in League One, but you don't. This is probably going to be the biggest traveling support that this club has ever seen. And so, it's a trial by fire, and, it is what it is. We eventually got it sorted out. We're going to have approximately 50 people here, hopefully a few more, that decided to go this morning. So we're going to be loud, we're going to be proud, and hopefully we're walking out with a big win and 3 points for the road.
So Indy 11, of course, I made reference last year that Indy 11 was kind of the main character in USL last year with the stadium drama and then making the Open Cup run. What's the vibe around Indy 11 going into this season? Do you think you're going to be challenging for the title? Do you think or how do you think you'll be this year?
First of all, I hope we're not the main character again, because a lot of that was for negative reasons.
It was stressful.
It was quite stressful. It was a roller coaster of all roller coasters. And that's really saying something from me, being a roller coaster enthusiast. But as far as the club goes, I think we can compete this year. I think trying to win one of the league, which would be obviously the first preference, or the Jägermeister Cup, I think winning silverware in one of those two is not that far-fetched. I think Jägermeister Cup probably more likely. However, I think this team should be challenging for the league. There's enough talent on this team, especially with the additions that we've made. Pat Hogan, James Murphy, Bruno Rendon. Great signings. The attack has looked a lot more fluid than we did last year. Of course, last year Sean McCauley inherited most of his team, and so they really weren't in his vision, and that's why we had new additions to the squad every couple weeks. The turnover last year was just ridiculous, and this year I think we've got a solid group that kind of fits his image, and I think that we're gonna, the play on the pitch is going to reflect that. I think we're going to be better than we were last year. If I had to guess, I'm taking top 3 to 4 in the East, and I think Sean McCauley has shown that if there's ever going to be somebody that can put together a run of games in a knockout format, I think he is one that could do it. And so, I'm optimistic, but I'm not being unrealistic.
Well, and you were good enough last year to host an opening round matchup. You just ran into a buzzsaw in Rhode Island FC,
Sure.
who ended up marching all the way to the final. I'll see them here in about a month or so. But
I think Lexington is this year's version of Rhode Island, to be honest. With the additions that they have made, they have guys from MLS. They have guys from around USL Championship. They have a bunch of guys on their squad that if they get rolling at the end of the season, they're going to be a very dangerous out in the West.
And they're an interesting situation because they were in League One last year. They weren't particularly good in League One last year, but it sounds like the ownership opened up the wallet and
That's absolutely
invested. So
yeah.
And obviously we can't be too mad at their owner because they let us park here for free. So it's not too bad, and you get free tickets. So not a bad deal at all. But I've heard differing things about Lexington fan support and supporters. What are you expecting in there?
I'm expecting a solid group of supporters, but I don't think it's going to be. I think it's more of a cult following, and anytime you have to establish a supporters group and establish a culture, you're gonna begin with your cult following, who are then gonna, they're gonna get their friends, and then those people will bring their friends, and eventually you build up the kind of support that Lou City has or Detroit has, or I don't want to toot our horn too hard, but we are one of those clubs. But
Been around the block.
But it was a grassroots movement, and that's what Lexington is doing right now. I don't expect it to be very packed tonight. I expect it to be a rather light crowd. However, I think that if they continue to invest in this, they've built this whole beautiful campus. This used to be just a bunch of woods, and they've built this entire beautiful campus to play at, and they've invested into their first team for the men's side. as well as having, W League and whatever else. And so I fully expect Lexington to embrace this team. It's always going to be a UK town, but I think this stadium is going to be full, in just a couple years' time, but I don't think they're there yet.
Sure. Score prediction for tonight.
Oh, goodness. 97-0 Indy 11.
All right, take that to the bookie right now.
I'll go 2-1. I think 2-1 is a solid scoreline. I expect that they have enough individual brilliance that they're going to be able to put one past Hunter Salt, but our attack looked very fluid last week in Miami, and that's something where, sure, Miami can be, this or that. They're much improved from last year. Give me 2-1 Indy, and hoping for the best.
Always good to hear from our friend Jason Wyrick, and also good to get a little pregame libations in the form of Jello shots. The Brickyard Battalion always treats their friends right. So there's one, and then there's the other. Thank you, bud. Appreciate it. And we are inside Lexington SC Stadium with these very interesting things here. Ethan, any idea what these are supposed to be?
Those are clearly the lily pads of Lexington, Tom.
The lily pads of Lexington. I love it. The lily pads of Lexington SC Stadium. And that is literally their name, the Lexington SC Stadium. Nice looking field. The Indy 11 Massive have found their home. Remember that flag from Sporting KC? Something very industrial about this walkway here. It's like a soccer stadium in Cloud City in Star Wars.
My name is Tim. I tell everybody I'm Lexington Sporting Club's self-appointed biggest fan.
First things first, this is the first year in the championship for Lexington. How's the vibe around the club?
It's good. First game we came out, we broke the attendance record. We had a little over 5,000 people here, so exciting times.
Now, one thing that it was mentioned to me before is that this club has kind of come a long way. They play in this really nice stadium right now. I understand the last place you guys played at wasn't very good.
No, it was on loan. It was a local college in Georgetown, so we were just kind of borrowing it while this was being built. So a whole lot better.
Players coming out. You literally get the front row access right here. Can't beat it. That's really cool. And even signing autographs. That's really nice. But speaking of coming a long way, how cool is it that Lexington does have a place like this for professional soccer?
Oh, it's amazing, especially having I don't know when you came in if you saw the outdoor stuff, the stuff they're doing for the youth and stuff like that. The ownership, everybody at the club is very opening. They let all the ticket holders, they let us come in for like some meet and greets and stuff before the year starts. So yeah, it's amazing. Yep.
Now it's fair to say that the fan base in Lexington is still kind of growing. What do you think? What do you think would help increase attendance here at these games?
Winning.
Yeah.
We had a little rough spell last year, but we're off to a good start. That's how you bring people in. You got to win, so people come in, they see the excitement, they see the wins.
And now you got a new potential regional rival here with Indy 11. That's got to be pretty exciting to have some rivals in your backyard.
It's great having Indy around, Lou City around, having the rivals a little closer. So it's going to be good.
So what's your score prediction for today?
2-1 us.
2-1 you. Gotcha. Well, good luck today, man.
I appreciate it.
So is it like an IPA or is it a...
It's a cream ale with a hop finish.
Cream ale with a hop finish. Okay. All right, Ethan, moment of truth time. Stadium ale, cream ale. Let's see how it is. That's smooth.
You know what, Tom? This is a pretty good little ale.
This is a very good ale.
I love it.
And I'm not a big drinker. I'm not a big IPA guy. This is definitely not an IPA.
No, Tom described how he feels about IPAs earlier as like he can chew them. So I think this is a much better beverage for Tom.
And no, I know you don't chew beer, but like that's what it feels like. This is an easy drink. Stadium ale. Check it out when you're at a Lexington game. This is quality. And $9 too. $9 at an American professional sporting event. You can get a beer that's more than the size of your pinky for less than $10. You can't beat that.
I mean, it's pretty much as big as my head.
That's true, and
I got a big head.
I can verify that. All right, Tyler Crane, and you're sporting till I die, right?
Always, always.
It's got to be exciting times for Lexington right now with this stadium, and now you're in the championship.
It's amazing. It seems like it's all going so fast. You know, it started out really small, and then it just kind of exploded, and then it feels a little surreal being in the championship in our new stadium. Everything feels so brand new and exciting, and then of course we're having some pretty good results to kick off the season, which is even better. And it's amazing to see the crowds that we've been able to get in. Right now everybody's off getting their snacks and going to the merch shop, but soon these stands will be filled, and it's really, really great to see.
Definitely, and I know last season you were in League One and didn't have the best of seasons last season, but you know, it seems to be, just in talking to a lot of other Lexington fans, that might be a bit of a misnomer, because it sounds like your owner has definitely put in some money to fielding a good squad this year.
Yeah, I definitely think our owners take it seriously. They want to win. They want to do right by the city. You know, you're going to have stumbles along the way, especially early on for teams. It's all a process, but I feel like they're very invested in making that process come to fruition and us have a really quality product that our city can be proud of.
So everything I've heard about your owners is that they're loaded. Like, you know, what's like, describe the ownership situation if you can.
Oh man, as far as money and dollars and cents, I don't know. I do know they're into horse racing, and that is profitable for sure. You know, as far as the situation with them in regards to our soccer team, I know that they're passionate about the sport. They have family members involved in the sport, so it means a lot to them to make this something that can stick in our city. Obviously, we're a big basketball town, so having something like soccer could give us another outlet that hopefully lets us connect and could be a good thing for us.
And speaking of which, March Madness is going on tonight. Auburn and Tennessee playing at Rupp Arena tonight. Any concerns about March Madness maybe like affecting the turnout here tonight?
I don't think so much tonight. I mean, of course, there are going to be some people that are going to opt to stay home and watch, but, you know, obviously if we have conflicts, I believe Kentucky, if I'm not mistaken, plays tomorrow when our women are playing. So hopefully we still have a really good turnout. I know we got to cheer on the Cats for sure, but I hope we can cheer on the ladies as well.
Definitely, definitely. Well, it seems like your ownership group is really eager to get Pack fans in the stadium. My tickets cost nothing just because I had to update my email preferences. Yeah. But it seems like that, you know, your ownership group is really eager to kind of maybe change the perception a little bit about, you know, the fan base and the turnouts a little bit, and it just seems like seems to be a very aggressive strategy to get fans in here and get them to experience this team.
Yeah, I think they're doing a great job this season of thinking, you know, number one priority is getting fans in the stands. There have been lots of really great deals, lots of free ticket giveaways, and I think that's been instrumental for getting people in here just to see the product on the field, you know, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much you win if you're not getting people in here to see us win, and we've been getting people in here to see us win, so hopefully we can continue that.
And nothing will bring in more fans like winning, right?
Absolutely, yeah, it's nothing more exciting than being here with other fans and just the electricity of when we score goals, when we win at the end. You know, Coach Boston, the team, runs up to the supporters section to thank us and do their jump that they do. I love it.
Absolutely. So I guess that leads me into my final question. Score prediction. What do you got tonight?
Okay. I would like to say clean sheet, but I'll be honest with you. In my group chat, I said it's probably going to be a 2-1. So.
You know what? I talked to Jason with the Brickyard Battalion. He said 2-1 Indy 11. Yeah. I talked to the biggest Lexington SC fan, Tim. He said 2-1. So,
yeah.
You know, is there a bookie around here? Should I go ahead and bet 2-1? Because now you're saying it.
You know, I don't know. We might be skewing the odds if we do. Which I do have to clarify. 2-1 Lexington, by the way.
2-1 Lexington. Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. All right. Well, good luck to you tonight, man.
Right. Thanks. Appreciate it, Tom.
And tell us a little about your website real quick.
Oh, yeah. So Crane Kicks Lex. I have a blog that I run. I also have a podcast that I run with all my partners, Kyle, Jessica, Dylan. We have a great time talking about soccer and Lexington Sporting Club. So hopefully people check it out and, you know, enjoy it.
Oh, we are right into the sun. So we're sitting front row for this game, the very front row. And I'm going to show you what I mean. When I say front row, I mean front row. And our tickets cost $0. These are courtesy of the Brickyard Battalion. But let me also show you what $0 gets you. Front row seats in about 5 sections over to your left towards the supporters section. Like, this is immense value, like nothing. And these are front row seats as well, right here. Absolutely wild. You know, they say that Rome was not built in a day, and our club in St. Louis are backed by the St. Louligans, who've been around since 2010. So we've had about a 15-year head start. Indy 11, Brickyard Battalion, they've been around for over a decade, beyond that even. So let's be nice to the Lexington supporters section. This is, what, year 3 for them, I think?
Yeah, they got year 3 flags.
Baby steps, as Bob Wiley said. Baby steps. Ethan, now that the sun has kind of gone down behind the roof there, like, you look out at this and you can almost imagine yourself, you know, on a pasture of thoroughbreds, you know, the sun setting off in the distance. It actually is a really pretty view here. And you also get some good soccer as well with this too. What a deal. But I'm surprised they don't have like little merch stands or anything like that.
No, that seems like the standard in stadiums now.
Yeah.
So you don't just have to go to the team store.
And also, you know, give people walking by a chance to, you know, spend money.
Always a good thing when you're a business fan.
It's generally a good business decision.
That's a great find.
You made the point, Ethan, that Lexington really taken the sword to Indy so far.
I know this right side, number 11, Epps, is a very strong player. He's been taking on Stanley a lot. You know, if I had to guess, I think the first goal is going for Lexington.
I would think so. Maybe right here.
Never gonna be.
Yeah, I cursed us. That was my fault. Sorry, Lexington. Legend too. Like he's one of their better players. Aiden, you dropped something. They didn't do the San Diego chants.
No. I didn't hear that either. I didn't know. I don't know what they're talking about.
I'm guessing they're getting on the Indy 11 supporters, maybe?
I think that's what they are talking about.
Gives us a chance to see what's going on over with the Indy 11 supporters, who I think they just got admonished by the public address announcer. Let's see if they have anything to say about it. So the PA guy just made an announcement about foul language. Was that towards you guys?
Fuck, probably.
I found the guy. It's him. It's right here. He's the guy. Hey guys, were you guys being naughty?
Us never.
A few moments later.
Hey Battalion, there's a Lou City fan over there.
Lou City, we're behaving. I'm not. We're behaving.
So we got an engaging dueling battle here. We have Lexington SC and Indy 11 playing a good game, but then we also got the Brickyard Battalion against the Lexington SC management, who has come over to admonish the battalion for their not friendly language per se. Their house, their rules, I guess.
Fiddlesticks! 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 We're not swearing over here! Hell no! We're not swearing! We're not swearing! We're not swearing over here! No fun! 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 We're just getting offended! Oh! Oh! We love you! We love you! And everywhere we'll follow! We'll follow! We'll follow!
Even to Kentucky!
Ooh, but was he on is the question. Yeah, he called him off.
Can you hear the Railbirds sing? No, no. Fiddlesticks!
Railbirds sing!
I don't hear anything! No.
Flashback.
Premature smokulation. You hate to see it.
The only team for me. Eastern. We sing our hearts out from the Eastern. Supporting what we say. We love the Railbirds. We sing a song on you.
Once we got over to the Indy 11 side, it felt more eventful than just a token 0-0 half, man.
The game turned up.
I need your honest opinion. Brickyard Battalion, this is my 4th time hanging out with them. You're first, man. What do you think?
A rowdy bunch. They bring the passion that American soccer needs, though. I will say that.
And he's not just saying that because we have some battalion members, Let's go! Let's go, exactly. And, I'm not going to condone language, but I will say, I'm going to say this again. I got to be careful because they'll kick me out. They will kick me out. They don't play here in Lexington.
Yeah.
But I will say that Brickyard Battalion is a great example of a supporters group that makes the game day experience fun, even if the game itself isn't much home to ride out.
No doubt. Being with the group of people is what makes soccer so great, and even when the product on the field is not the best thing in the whole world, the people you can be with are. So.
And they're such a good group that it almost makes me feel bad that I'm going to go to the other side of the field to start the second half. Oop, got caught in the team store too long and they started. So as you just saw, I was in the team store and I have missed the start of the second half. By the way, this is the only place where you can get merch here at Lexington SC. There's no little merch stands around here, which is a interesting choice to say the least. Like a futsal court over here. But anyway, I'll have a review of the team store and the rest of the stadium and an away day review coming up in a few days after this video is out. Want to let you know as well that I am changing up the formula of the away day reviews, as you can see on your screen. I have broken up value into 2 different categories. So one category will be tickets and parking, which Lexington SC is going to crush that one for sure. And then also food and merch as well, which again, Lexington's going to do pretty well on as well, I think. Stadium, I'll still review the stadium. And then the final category on the bottom right will be where game quality exists as well as fans/vibes. So a little bit of a change to the away day reviews going forward, but that will be coming up here in a couple days after this video. Anyway, let's go ahead and go back out to the stadium. We're going to hang out on the Lexington supporters side this time and see if they can come close to matching the vibes of the Brickyard Battalion, as Ethan has caught up with me. Did you not get your swag?
That was a hell of a line, Tom, for a $3 sticker, but hey, we'll move on.
It's kind of weird they don't have another place for merchandise here.
No, I know, it's just a team store, which, there's some merit to, but is not the norm anymore.
I guess they want people to buy online, I guess?
Let me consume.
Oh, look, a whole roll just for us. As you can see, a very tight fit in these seats here. I mean, just really not a whole lot to choose from here. Even Ethan's like, yeah, very, very snug.
So cramped.
So cramped. And our first real good look at the supporter section. Like I said, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither was the supporter section. Boom. And Indy 11's on the board. Not the team that I would have expected to score first, but you know what? That's the breaks. Yeah, I picked a great choice to come to this side instead of stay over with the Indy fans. Expert vlogger here. Really, just top-notch stuff here. Why do you all watch me? There's our buddy. Only maybe that front guy were a little taller. We've been kind of talking here about how you have this great stadium. The fan base is still kind of catching up to it, and you had a great explanation.
Yeah, I mean, Kentucky is very much a basketball state. You know, I grew up in a rural area, and he did too, and kids just have always come up playing basketball, and soccer has taken a long time to catch on. I actually teach in a district that's only had soccer for about 8 years.
Really?
Yeah. So it's growing, but it's just, you know, it's slow progress.
It's still playing catch up for sure. So, but you have a soccer background yourself.
Yeah. I grew up playing soccer. You know.
Why soccer instead of basketball, or did you play basketball as well?
I'm short.
Oh no.
So I never stood a chance playing basketball.
That's fair.
Yeah, but
That's fair.
I had, you know, coordinated footwork, and I always wanted to play keeper, but obviously height, you know.
That'd be kind of tough, definitely. But
Yeah.
like something that I've noticed in my travels is that a lot of the younger generation seems to be latching on to soccer.
Oh, for sure.
I've noticed a lot of fans that are here, you know, like behind you, for instance. You know, you have a lot of younger fans here. So do you think it'll catch on eventually?
I think it will, and they actually have a feeder program.
Okay.
So I've got a cousin that actually plays, she's 16, 17, and she plays just right over there in their feeder program.
Okay,
So I think that's helped out a lot too. But,
so the seed's still in the ground. It just needs to take root and grow.
Yep, but we're excited for that to happen.
Good save. Good save.
He's gonna feel that tomorrow. Dramatic reenactment.
On the Lexington player? That is soft.
You had to let that
And the Railbirds would agree.
go. Okay.
Oh, he's right there! Oh, that was the chance. That was the chance.
In today's lesson, we will learn all about foreshadowing.
Ethan and I have made the executive decision. We're staying here because if there's fireworks, it's going to be right here.
Foreshadowing is a literary device in which a writer gives an advance hint of what is to come.
A few moments later.
Oh, here it is! Nicely done. Ethan, man, that was a great goal.
This guy's
Silky.
real. Epps is very real for Lexington. What a player.
What a play, but you know what? You felt that a breakthrough was going to come for Lexington at some point.
They've been pressing all match. It seemed like in these late stages that Indy just had to hold strong. Their defense has been very solid this game, but Indy's attack has been, Lexington's attack has been electric this game. Oh my God.
Touch betrayed him, and that's a foul. He had the hands. That's a card. Probably about 2 minutes left. Feeling like a point at this point?
I think so. I think the teams are going to share the points here. But what a game. It's been so back and forth. Moments where it's definitely been in Lexington's favor as well as Indy's favor. So who knows? We could see some last-minute fireworks.
Could Indy 11 get a chance here? In the box, chaos. Fumbled around, but Lexington's goalie's got it.
For the
final touches, a bit of drama at the end. What a finish. 1-1 draw here at Lexington, and you know what? I have been entertained by this one. So all in all, Ethan, this was actually a really fun experience coming here, but I'm gonna say, I've never been so conflicted about the experience at the same time, because it's a great stadium. We saw a great game, It's just the turnout was not there.
This has all of the ingredients for an amazing soccer experience. I think it's just missing the main ingredient, which is the people to enjoy it. But I think it'll come. It will come. They've built it. Now let's see them come.
Well, our friend that we just introduced you to a little while ago made a good point, and we heard this from others. Kentucky is a basketball state. Yep, and just dropping air balls right there. And it's just going to take some time. And I'm going to give you a story here. So Bear Bryant, the famous Bear Bryant, University of Alabama, Texas A&M, he started his head coaching career at University of Kentucky. And he left the University of Kentucky because he could not compete with Adolph Rupp and University of Kentucky basketball. And so that is the uphill challenge that not just Lexington faces, but even a club like Louisville City, who has to really break out the big guns with this nice stadium that they have. Lexington has a nice stadium here, but they almost have to do that, Ethan, just to get fans in the stadium.
It is the standard now in lower league soccer, which, 5 years ago, hell, even 3 years ago, you would have still been seeing most of the games in baseball stadiums, some change around football fields. So the progression that not just the USL has taken, but American soccer in general, is leaps and bounds compared to just 2020.
Yeah, it's growing. Not every club can be like Indy 11 and the Brickyard Battalion, who have been in existence, for over 15 years plus. Lexington, this is year number 3 for them. This is their first year in the championship. They spent the past 2 years in League One. This is their second year in this stadium, so baby steps. As I said earlier, baby steps. It's going to happen, and I implore, my away day review is usually for, groundhoppers and, fans that might be just interested in checking out an experience. But this goes out to people in Lexington, Kentucky right now. Get your butts to a Lexington SC game, because this is fun.
The players are applauding the fans right now. It is a great time. Come out and bring some culture.
Yeah, those 25 fans will run through a brick wall, for this club, and this club is giving them some dap in return. And you always love to see that, and it's just, someday this section will be filled with Lexington fans. And don't laugh at me in the comments, because I do believe it is going to happen. I really met some nice fans here, some fans that really want to see this game grow here, and really, it's just going to take some time. But if you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe for more. This was a fun vlog. I think we got both perspectives pretty well between Lexington supporters as well as Indy 11 supporters. This was their first time to experience Lexington as well, so check that out. I want to thank as well my Zombie Ultras for helping me get to Lexington SC today, including Ethan Thornton, one of the Ultras as well, my shotgun partner for this one. And of course, members of my supporter section as well. You guys are the originals, the 99 cent a month supporter section. We'll never forget you guys as well, and I love you guys as well. Thank you so much. Oh, and before I say farewell, I just want to state for the record, no Lionel Messi jerseys in Lexington.
Yeah, I guess Messi Mania hasn't quite hit Lexington, Kentucky.
This is your soccer zombie, Tom Franklin. This has been Ethan Thornton of the St. Louis City Boys podcast. Where can they find you?
Find us on YouTube, find us on Spotify, look us up, St. Louis City Boys.
Absolutely. And you know what? Speaking of Louisville, because that's where he's from, I mentioned it in the video earlier perhaps, the Eintracht Frankfurt game. My most popular video on this channel for US-based soccer, and there's a reason for that.
Okay.
It's right in front of Ethan's face right now. So the video's right on his head. Check it out. It was Eintracht Frankfurt of the Bundesliga coming to Kentucky of all places. Find out why. It's right up here.
Not just for horse racing, folks.
Although I am going to horse because I got a head cold and you got sinus issues, so.
We're real true sickos.